Sage Valley, all the students and parents. This is Daisy Rain Martin
And I am Dave Armitage.
and we are going to welcome you to the first episode of The View, the V-U-E, View. You could figure that out.
Yeah, much better than The View that's actually on TV because we're going to be interesting.
That's right.
Y para los que hablan español, yo voy a estar aquí para hablar en español, entonces bienvenidos a La Vista. Y es un programa que vamos a hacer cada semana.
Simone. Okay, so what we want to start off today is acknowledging the fact that some of the students that come to Sage Valley are super overwhelmed with just being organized, and we want to help you with that because it causes a lot of stress. And
Yeah.
you know what? 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds, they have enough stress in their lives.
And I mean, I know I have stress all the time because I have to plan out, how am I going to eat those 5 meals in a day?
Yes.
How am I going to even have room to eat those 3 donuts that are waiting for me right now unless I plan it all out?
Yeah, that takes an incredible amount of organizational skills for him to eat as much as he eats.
And a lot of stamina. I practice. Just
Exactly.
wait, donut eating coming the next Olympics.
Exactly. So the first thing that we want you to do is we would like for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that information is going to be on the back of this video. Senor is going to tag on the link, and then everybody, parents and students, can go ahead and be informed every single time a video pops up. And then that way you'll be able to keep up with all the magic that happens here at Sage.
Yeah, because we got a lot of stuff coming up. So you're going to want to check your emails because it'll come to you in an email. But just randomly, whenever you want to, you can go to the YouTube channel that you're going to subscribe to because I know you're all going to do it.
Right.
And that way you can also look back at old videos as well for information, or if you just want to laugh at us, either way is okay.
That's right.
Entonces, lo que vamos a hacer es cada 2 o 3 semanas vamos a tener otros videos porque tenemos canal en YouTube. Entonces, lo que ustedes deben hacer es buscar este canal, pero yo voy a tener el enlace al final del video. Si ustedes pueden ver todos los videos que vamos a hacer en el futuro y los que ya hemos hecho, lo que vamos a hacer, si ustedes quieren repasar estos videos. Y en el video que vamos a hacer hoy vamos a hablar mucho sobre cómo organizar el tiempo para que los estudiantes no tengan mucho estrés porque sabemos que tienen muchas cosas que hacer, tienen las prácticas, tienen la música, tienen cosas de la familia, además de las tareas. Entonces vamos a hablar de cómo ellos pueden utilizar la agenda para organizar su tiempo. What do you say to that?
I say that what he just said was basically we want you to plan the fun times too. If you're an athlete, or if you're in music, if you're involved in your church, we want you to be able to plan all of those things too. I think a lot of kids, you could agree, a lot of kids think that teachers only want their kids to do only studying and never have any fun ever. And that's not it. Like, we like to have fun too, and we know that you have lives. So I think that what we're going to get started with, though, is to talk about how we're going to use the planners this year. And so what we're going to do is on Mondays, as per how we've been doing for years, you're going to come in and you're going to fill out, when you come into a class, you're going to fill out all the assignments for the week. And that's Monday in every class.
Just look at how beautiful that is, folks. I mean, that is handcrafted plastic material. I mean, that is just beautiful, Daisy. I have never seen an agenda so beautiful. And what's amazing is look at these blank pages. I mean, this is sometimes what some of our students have in years past, and we don't want that.
No.
I mean, I understand you want to save the environment. You don't want to waste this paper. We understand, but you know what? We need you to fill this out.
Right.
So, like Daisy was saying, we're going to go over exactly how we're going to do this each week and what kind of things teachers are going to expect of you and what your parents should also be looking forward to as well, right?
Sí, so en español.
Entonces, lo que vamos a explicar es cómo utilizar la agenda porque ustedes pueden ver que hay muchas páginas en la agenda y a veces en el pasado yo he visto que estas agendas no tienen nada escrita y sabemos que ustedes quieren mantener la agenda bien perfecta, sin errores, pero esto no está bien porque queremos que utilicen la agenda para planificar todo lo que tienen que hacer en sus vidas porque sabemos que a veces los estudiantes creen que nosotros los maestros no queremos que tengan felicidad, pero esto no es cierto.
Sí.
Somos humanos, tenemos corazones y queremos que ustedes puedan planificar lo importante de la escuela, pero a la vez las cosas divertidas que ustedes quieren hacer, pero queremos que ustedes tengan tiempo para las dos cosas. Entonces, en este video vamos a explicar cómo llenar la agenda y lo que va a pasar los lunes y los martes para que ustedes puedan organizar su tiempo.
Muy bien.
Oh,
señor.
gracias. It's the first time I've
Goodness.
spoken Spanish, like, ever.
Oh my gosh, you're funny. Let's move to Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, we're going to demonstrate. We're going to cut away here, and we're going to demonstrate how the planner is basically to be used. And so, for the students that are watching this for the first time, we've asked that your teachers put on the board that you need to get your planner out and turn to page 2 and 3. So make sure you've done that, and that's page
Right,
2 and
it'll
3
look
in
like
the
this.
color pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to put it up there now, or do you want me to wait?
No, let's cut away
Okay.
to that, and we'll show you close up, and here's how it's going to go. All right, I hope everybody's on page 2 of their agendas in the colored section where there's color in your pages. We have a really cool thing this year, starting right here, and that is that you can write down your weekly goals. Studies have shown that when you write down your goals, what you want to accomplish, you have a much better chance of achieving those goals.
Entonces, en este espacio aquí, los estudiantes deben escribir sus metas de la semana, porque hay muchos estudios que han demostrado que los estudiantes, o sea, las personas que escriben metas, tienen más probabilidad de completarlas.
Okay, we're going to skip this one because we're not on block schedules.
Entonces, no vamos a hacer esta parte aquí porque se trata de una agenda diferente de lo que utilizamos en Sage.
Okay, but this is very important. This is what we do on Mondays. We write down all of our assignments.
Entonces, esta parte es importante porque los lunes vamos a escribir todas las tareas y asignaciones en estos espacios de nuestras clases.
It says right here to go ahead and rank the importance of your activities, starting with A as the most important, then your B's, and then your C's. So you want to take each day and rank the most important tasks first.
Entonces, aquí dice que ustedes deben poner las letras A, B, C en orden según la importancia de las actividades. Entonces, lo más importante debe tener una A, en segundo lugar debe ser una B y así sucesivamente.
Now, this box talks about checking off your assignments as you complete them, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute.
Y esta parte habla de lo que deben hacer después de terminar una tarea y vamos a hablar de esto en unos momentos.
But first, we want to talk about highlighting any activity or assignment that you have to do outside the classroom.
Pero primeramente vamos a hablar de cómo deben marcar las tareas y los proyectos y todo lo que necesitan hacer afuera de la clase.
Okay? But then, once we complete them, then you can check those off, and you can see an example right here.
Entonces, después de terminar una tarea que ustedes han marcado, ustedes pueden hacer una marca así, indicando que ustedes ya han terminado la tarea o el proyecto y lo que tenían que estudiar.
Now, we have here where you keep track of all your activities. So these right here, this is where we want you to write down all of your sporting events. We want you to write down all of your music recitals, or if you're doing stand-up comedy somewhere, or you're involved in your church. This is where we'd like you to write that down, because your life is important and everything you do makes up who you are. So we want to include all of the fun things, all of the sports and activities and music and everything that you do when you're outside of school.
Entonces, estos espacios no están asignados a una clase y aquí es donde ustedes deben escribir los eventos y actividades que están haciendo afuera de la escuela. Entonces, puede ser las prácticas de música o de deportes o puede ser algo de la iglesia. Cualquier cosa que ustedes hacen afuera de la escuela, ustedes pueden escribir aquí para planificar su tiempo.
Right. So we have a couple things here. This space right here is for your teachers and parents. This is one way that we can communicate with our parents and teachers.
Entonces, esta parte aquí es donde los estudiantes, o sea, los maestros pueden comunicarse con sus padres. Entonces, a veces los maestros van a escribir algo aquí para que los padres puedan ver lo que está pasando en la clase. Entonces, es importante que los padres revisen esta parte de la agenda para ver la comunicación.
Yes, and I know emails are wonderful, but if there's a note in here, the teachers also know that the parents have seen this agenda.
Porque a veces vamos a utilizar los mensajes electrónicos, pero de vez en cuando vamos a escribir algo así y será importante que los padres puedan ver para saber de la comunicación del maestro.
Yes, and then we've already talked about the bathroom passages are going to be in each individual day.
Y entonces aquí es donde nosotros vamos a dar permiso para utilizar el baño. Entonces no será en las páginas atrás, sino que vamos a utilizar este espacio aquí.
All right, so now that you have Tuesdays, your first period class on Tuesdays dialed in, we just want to give a little shout out to the parents and say, hey, check your student's planner on Mondays and or Tuesdays.
Y entonces los padres, lo que ustedes deben hacer es que sus estudiantes van a tener la agenda llena el lunes y van a agregar unas cuantas cosas el martes. Entonces lo que ustedes deben hacer es chequear y revisar las agendas en la noche los lunes y los martes para que ustedes puedan saber lo que están haciendo sus estudiantes y para asegurarse de que están utilizando su agenda correctamente.
And I think that we have just solved the age-old problem where parents say, hey, what did you do in school today? Or do you have any homework? Or do you have any tests coming up or projects? And the kid says, I got it. Or what did you do in school today? A teacher's favorite answer, nothing.
Yeah, because we do nothing here at school. I mean, the students come in and literally on my board it says we're doing nothing this week.
Nothing. Nada.
Nothing. I say, please sit there, and I would like your brain to slowly die away. That is my version of a good week.
Please no, he doesn't mean that in English or in Spanish.
No,
Okay.
I'm certifiably sane. My mother had me tested.
Yeah.
So
Several times.
several times. She didn't believe the first results, and so she's like, I got to double check this.
Exactly.
So
So I think the last thing that we want to do is everybody who is at school today, I would like you to take the very last 2 pages in your agendas, like this. Do you see these 2 pages? And I would like you to tear them out. Because this is not how we're doing bathroom passes. And these 2 pages will be every student's ticket out the door today. Because we're not doing that.
yeah. Entonces, en español, ustedes pueden quitar estas páginas porque no vamos a utilizarlas si ustedes quieren salir de la clase para utilizar el baño o si necesitan ir a la oficina. Jamás vamos a utilizar estas páginas. Entonces, quítalas.
So, cuando tú necesitas el baño?
I didn't know you knew Spanish.
I don't.
Okay.
But if you need to go potty, you need to fill this out at the bottom for each day. And our bathroom passes will be here. Note, please have your agenda all filled out, or that might be a conversation that you could have with your teachers.
Yeah.
Where is all your stuff to show your parents?
Yeah, if it's blank, that's going to be kind of an unpleasant conversation.
Yes,
so this,
mucho problemas.
Right. And this is how we can also check to make sure you are using it to manage your time.
Right.
So, for those, and I mean, of course, we want you to be able to use the restroom. But the thing is, we want you to be organized. This is our way of checking to make sure, okay, your life is hectic.
Yes.
And if you don't have something to organize it, you're just going to stress out, and then you're going to get into that thing where the important stuff gets pushed off to the side.
So, I think the only thing that we have to say is to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And there's going to be a lot more of these throughout the year. In fact, I think we're
yes.
just about to record another one of these.
Yeah,
are we
we
not?
are.
Do you remember what that's about?
You know, I
don't even remember what we're
gotta
supposed to be
remember.
doing.
I'm sure it'll be something important.
Super important, 'cause
You know what? I'm going to check my agenda that I filled out
Yes.
to make sure that I know what we're going to be recording.
Yes, because that's right after your next meal.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's right. It's second breakfast. And
That's
so, Y lo que ustedes deben hacer es después del video al final habrá enlace y ustedes pueden hacer el clic sobre este enlace para tener este canal ahorrado como uno de sus sitios favoritos en YouTube y así ustedes pueden de vez en cuando ver los videos que vamos a hacer y como dije 2-3 semanas mensualmente ustedes van a recibir mensaje electrónico con información sobre los videos que vamos a hacer tras el año.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna show that clip right there
Yeah.
of the link. And other than that, you know, first day back at school, and we understand that the only things that you guys are worried about today are what bus do you get on to go home and who you're gonna eat lunch with. Like,
Yeah.
we get it. Because we were, back in 1867,
Yeah.
we were 12. And so
And
we
as you
remember.
can see, for me, I mean, I haven't changed since
Since.
then. I mean, I hit 12 and said, you know what, this is as good as it's gonna get, so I stopped.
So just stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? Be kind to one another today and include people. Let them sit at your lunch table and be helpful. So,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, in the words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other.
That's right. So, we're cutting out here from The View, and thank you so much. Episode 1 in the books.
Yeah, all right. We'll see you next time. Hasta luego. Gracias por ver el video.
See you.